You're rocking with the bigs.
You already know.
Chicago sports.
So we are here live. Got to re-welcome everybody to the Bigs TV. Shout out to everybody for tuning in. It's the second installment of 5 Minutes with today's guest, none other than my boy. I call him Poetry in Motion. He's known as the professor to most. Kyle Hendricks. Kyle, what's good, bro?
All is good. I feel great. Hopefully be back soon. So appreciate you having me on here, man.
Yeah, man.
That
was the question. I want to give the people a quick little fact. Before the road trip to Colorado and LA, chopped it up with Kyle. We were just talking off the record, talking about arm injuries, talking about arm care and all that type of stuff. Right after his next start, he comes up with a shoulder injury. Mm-hmm. So I told him I felt like I kind of jinxed him, but he reassured me that it wasn't my fault. So I feel so much better about that.
100%. Not on you. No
okay.
chance.
Okay. But yeah, like I said, one of the guys, the first question obviously was, how do you feel and when will you be back? But you definitely just answered that.
Yeah. So I feel great. Threw a bullpen yesterday, finally, 30 pitches. My normal bullpen's usually about 45. So got just throwing today and tomorrow, and hopefully a full bullpen comes Saturday.
Okay.
And once I get that done Saturday, then probably the next step will be right after that. So yeah, I should be back pretty soon.
Okay. I'll kick it off. World Series champ, NL Pitcher of the Year. Man, you reached the mountaintop pretty quick, man. How's the ride been for you so far?
Oh, man, it's been unbelievable. I mean, this has been my dream since I was a little kid, playing in the big leagues, and I never knew what could happen. That was just always a dream. And so to be realizing it and actually living it, it doesn't feel real. I mean, even the World Series still, it's hard to actually sink that in. And I think what helps is just having all these Cubs fans around, and you really see how much they enjoy it, and just the energy that's coming into the stadium since that all has happened, just the amount of Cubs fans all over the country, even when we go on the road, they're everywhere, man. So when we get to connect with them and hear their stories about it kind of makes it a little more real.
Yeah.
But no, it's still been a surreal ride, and I'm just trying to soak up every minute.
Okay, we got a question from Terrence Spencer. T. Spencer, what's good, man? T says, has he ever talked to Maddux, and if so, did he give him any advice?
So I have not. Never met him, actually. I know he worked with the Rangers when I was there, but I was so young at the time. He was helping more of the big league team.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I would love to meet him one day and pick his brain, but more, I watched him growing up. I grew up in Southern California, so I saw him at the end of his career in San Diego for a little bit, and he was still so good even at that time of his career. So I got to see him just a little, but I mean, YouTube, they got everything on YouTube. So watching some of his past games, more what I learned from Maddux, to be honest with you, though, is his mental approach to the game. I didn't really pick up the mental side of the game until kind of after college, or right at the end of college, and it just opened up a whole new world for me, just being able to simplify everything. And Henry Dorfman was a guy that Maddux worked really close with, and he's got a few books that I really just love, and really it comes down to just making it simple, focusing on making a good pitch. Not trying to be perfect, just make your selection, commit to it, and make a good pitch. And it's a lot easier said than done when you get out there in the heat of the battle and things start going awry, everything's going crazy around you. But learning the mental side of the game, I know Maddux, that's what he was so good at. He was so good at just simplifying and making a pitch. That's what made him good for so long, so that's something I really try and take in my game.
Yeah, I don't think most people, unless you played the game at a high enough level, I think if you play like any type of Division I, II, or III college baseball, then you kind of could get the mental aspect of it. But most people, they don't understand. I try to explain to them, especially as a hitter, not even as a pitcher, because that's another level. But as a hitter, coming into the box and being locked in like every pitch, it takes such a toll on you.
100%. It's a mental grind, and like you said, more so for the hitters. I mean, they're playing every single day,
right,
and they're facing so many different guys, guys with all kinds of different stuff, and for them to, number one, just remember what this guy has that they're facing, and also just what his process, what he might be doing to attack a hitter. When you see a guy that's locked in, you see him on every pitch, it's a grind for the pitcher, man. We can tell that they're in a good spot, and it just makes it such a tough at-bat. And yeah, we got a lot of guys in this lineup that do it really well, obviously, and so it's really fun watching those guys and taking their mental approach every single day out to the field.
Speaking of the team, you guys are still in first place, a game up in the NL Central, which is pretty good right now. Not playing our best baseball, but being up at any time of the season is good. Right now, nobody looks like they want to take advantage of the Central. What's your outlook so far at this part of the season, and what can you guys do in the second half? Because after All-Star break is when it really counts.
Exactly. That's when the real baseball comes. But no, we've had stretches where we've played really well, especially here at home. Lately, it's been a little bit up and down for us. So I think our focus has been good, though. We come into the ballpark every single day as a club, and we're locked in and focused on what we got to do today. Right. Take care of business and going and getting the W today. Right. But so like you said, I think coming out of the All-Star break, it'll be nice. It's always nice getting a few days, just to be with family and kind of relax and rewind a little bit and just take that moment and get ready for the second half. But when we come to the second half, I think one thing is playing better on the road, just winning more games on the road, and still doing what we do at home, really defending our home ballpark. But it's such a tough division, and we knew that coming into the season. We knew how stacked up from top to bottom this division was going to be. So it's going to be a grind all year long, and it's going to be close all the way till the end. So we can't take anything for granted, and we just got to take advantage of every game in the second half.
Yeah, that's what Joe was saying yesterday. We asked him the same question, and he said he thinks it's going to be tough all the way out. Because I was telling people yesterday, the NL Central has definitely been probably the best division in baseball for the last maybe 5 or 6 years.
For sure, you're right. I mean, the Cardinals have been there. The Cardinals are there every year. The Brewers, how they improved over, like you said, the last 4 or 5 years they've been there. They've been really good. And Cincinnati, they always have a great lineup. They've struggled with pitching, but this year they got it. So this year they have unbelievable starting pitching. So they're right there too in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's played really well the last 5 years. Right. So I would say top to bottom, it definitely has been the best division over the last 5 years. And we enjoy it though. Playing against the best competition, I think it prepares you by the time you get into September and especially October when you're playing playoff baseball.
And most of the guys on the roster have been in the playoffs the last 4 years, so you guys pretty much know what to expect, which is a plus for you.
Definitely, exactly. But one of the things that we've talked about kind of as a group is we know what to do, we know how to get there, but getting back and winning that last game of the year, that's the focus, and what do we have to do to accomplish that? And it's getting back into the day-to-day, coming into the ballpark every single day and focus on task at hand. I think in the past maybe we get a little bit ahead of ourselves just because we had been there. Exactly. So we're like, we'll get to the playoffs and we'll kind of kick it on when we get there. And it's not going to work. You got to be ready to play every single day. So I think we've done a really good job of our short-term focus this year, and it's just hopefully we can start playing really good baseball.
All right, we got one more for you before I let you get out of here, man. Let you get back to business. Drew Kurz, what's up, Drew? Drew says, you obviously have a long career ahead. Other than golf, what plans for an Ivy League guy such as yourself post-baseball?
That's a good question, man. Luckily at this point, I haven't had to think about it. So, I love baseball so much that playing the game and playing as long as I can, staying healthy, that's my number one focus right now. But post-baseball, golf is going to be a big part of it for sure. And then spending time with family. You don't get as much time as you really think. During season, you're always at the ballpark or you're on the road. So spending time with family, playing golf, and then we'll see where life takes me from there. Maybe stay in baseball. I love the game so much that there's a possibility of staying in the game, I would say. But you never know. If you play for so long, I could not want to do that. So I'm taking it one day at a time, and hopefully I'll be set up here and just play a long career in baseball.
Yeah, you're still pretty young, so you really don't need to think about that type of stuff.
For sure, yeah.
All right, one more, and then you can get out of here. Yeah. D-Rowe, what's up, Darius? Darius Rowe, he says, oh no, this is my boy Phil Pitts, one of my high school brothers. Okay. He says, if he could pitch to one all-time great, who would he want to face?
That's a good one. I would say Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds, I grew up in Southern California, so the Angels were my favorite team, and JT Snow was my guy.
Okay.
So when I was real young, and so he went to the Giants when I was 7 or 8 years old maybe, and so I became a Giants fan from that time on, and Barry Bonds was one of my guys, man, and just being a big left-handed hitter, they're always challenges for me.
Right.
Usually they're the toughest guys for me to face, they're the big left-handed power hitters, so just facing him, and when he was in his prime, man, you give him one pitch and it was over the fence, you know. So I just think it would be an awesome challenge and definitely a fun at bat. But he'd probably get the best of me, but I would love to see what would happen with him.
That would be great, man. Your mental approach versus his.
Exactly.
I'll never forget the time the bases were loaded and they walked this guy. You'd rather take a run than a chance of. Would you have, if you were the manager?
Oh man, I don't know. That's a tough call to make right there. I feel like you got to pitch to him. You got to take your chances.
Thank you,
but that's a tough one. You know, he was just that good.
Yeah,
he was that good. Yeah.
Well, man, that's it, man. Kyle's got to get back to business, but again, we appreciate him coming to rock with the Bigs TV. This is one of my favorite guys, and I'm not just being biased. Kyle is definitely one of the best guys in the clubhouse to talk to. He makes my job that much easier and that much more fun, and it doesn't seem like work. So shout out to y'all for tuning in. Shout out to my boy for rocking with us. It's the Bigs TV, 5 Minutes with Kyle Hendricks. It's been a blast, and we out of here, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
yeah, thank you so much, man. That was awesome.
All right, thank you,
All
right.
It's the Bigs, they calling us the Bigs, it's the Bigs, but not because I side. It's the Bigs, they calling us the Bigs, it's the Bigs, but not because I side.